Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of Camouflage of the World, the series where we take a look at many different camouflage patterns from countries all over the world for basic recognition purposes, a brief history of the pattern, and just to have a general appreciation of different countries' takes on camouflage patterns for a bunch of different environments in the world. I am Mike B, and today we're going to be taking a look at a fun one. It's the Ukrainian, basically TTSKO. They call it butane. I don't know how to pronounce that in Ukrainian. And there are so many variants of this that I can't even begin to describe to you how many there are, and they're still being produced. This is one that was probably produced around 2014 after the crisis with Russia started. So you've got this three-color scheme on this in this particular case, which is pretty indicative, or not indicative, but similar to the regular TTSKO from 1988. And they've been using a knockoff or a variant of this pattern that's locally produced since 1988, basically. And it's still, I'm pretty sure in 2020, there's still a bunch of regular Ukrainian forces, members of the armed forces wearing these, as well as rebel groups, militia groups, whatever you want to call them. So this particular pattern, I don't know where they intended for this to be used, but it's certainly very brown and black. So we'll take a closer look in a second, but this is a weird one for me. I got this in a lot of a bunch of other stuff and to do a lot of research on it. I had to get a lot of people's input. They're like, oh, that's Ukrainian. Probably around 2014. It's locally produced. We'll get into the material and stuff when I show you a closer look. But yeah, it's a really weird one. And I'm kind of glad to be able to make a video on it because, I don't know, it's not something you'd think about every day and as far as camouflage of the world is concerned. So this video, I really don't have a lot of information other than it's Ukrainian and it's a copy or kind of an adaptation of the Soviet pattern. So yeah, there's at least 9 or 10 known variants, and this is one of them. Some of them have more round shapes, some of them have more woodland shapes like this. It all depends, and this is the one that I happened to get, and I got a whole set of it, in fact. It seems to be unissued, but yeah, all right, let's go up and take a closer look, and we'll assess the situation, and then we'll wrap the video up. So as we get a little bit closer, you can see that that three-color pattern is very bright and distinct. Again, this is what appears to be an unissued example. It seems to be like a polyester, maybe like a 60-40 or 70-30 polyester in favor twill. It's very scratchy and it feels very artificial. But I mean, I guess it would be strong and that's what you're looking for in that. But I tried it on and it's not as comfortable as, you know, like a cotton twill or a cotton ripstop. Anyway, so you've got the BDU style right here with the 2 hip pockets, 2 breast pockets, and then you've got epaulets on there for I don't know what. I cannot find a single tag on here. There is a hang loop. But yeah, that's basically all I've got. So you've got this kind of black, brown, and it's more of like a muted khaki. Yeah, it's showing up in the camera, but as I'm looking at it, the light's a little bit different, and it's kind of a khaki-ish green color. But yeah, those three colors. I don't know exactly where they were intending to use this. I don't know the terrain of Ukraine. I've seen it's fairly similar to where I live, but you know, it's a Central European kind of thing, but I could be wrong. It could be more brown, but yeah. Anyway, this will probably work really well in the fall up here with all the leaves and stuff, but I don't think it would work too well in the summer. It'd be a little bit dark. Anyway, all right, we'll get back to it and we'll wrap the video up. So I hope you enjoyed this video. That's really all I've got. You can see it for yourself. I'm probably going to end up selling this because it doesn't quite fit me, but it was cool to just have the opportunity to make a video on it. If I get another variant of the Ukrainian stuff, I'll definitely be making a video on that too. So I don't really want to call this maybe I'll just call it variant, whatever I come up with in the title when I'm actually posting this video, because there's no official word for it other than Ukrainian TTSKO. So yeah, that's all I've got on this one. Sorry it's a short video, guys, and if you're from Ukraine, I apologize. It's nothing personal. There's just not a lot of information more than just the basic, yeah, this is what we wear. So if you're from Ukraine and you've got any other, you know, information that you'd like to share out, or you know, you have any other little tips and whatever, feel free to post in the comments and maybe we can all learn something from that. So, but yeah, that's literally all I've got. Hopefully you now know if you see this weirdly enough at like a pawn shop or a thrift store or, you know, garage sale, that's actually a legitimate military pattern because it looks kind of like a civilian produced copy of something. But yeah, they definitely still use this in some capacity or another in Ukraine today. So that's all I've got for this video, folks. If you enjoyed this one and you want to see more videos like this or anything else I post on my channel, it's a pretty wide variety, but it's all basically history and military related. You can actually become a supporter on Patreon or a channel member on YouTube. Patreon, the link is in the description. YouTube, you can just become a channel member by hitting the join button below this video. Either method of support really helps me crowdfund and be able to do videos that I otherwise wouldn't be able to do funding out of pocket. It's very cool this year. I've been able to do a lot of cool content, as you've probably seen, and we're getting better and better with every single supporter. So thank you to all my current and past Patreon supporters. Zigar, you keep changing your name, but you know who you are. He's been a supporter for a long time now, and he's kicking out quite a bit of cash every month to allow me to make really cool content. So thanks a lot, man, if you're watching this. And yeah, if you can't support the channel financially, that's fine. I totally get that. But you can also support the channel by just liking this video, subscribing if you haven't already, and sharing this video if you thought it was educational and you enjoyed it and you think other people would enjoy it too. It's a great way to support. I forgot to mention, I just forget, before the video ended, at least I remembered, if you do $5 a month or more on either method of financial support, you get access to my Discord server, which is very interactive, very fun. We got a lot of cool information exchanged on there. I've learned a lot, and I hope other people have learned a lot too. It's pretty fun on there. So just that as a note. All right, well, that's all I've got, people. I really appreciate you watching and your support, past and present. And we'll see you on the next episode of Camouflage of the World.